Good afternoon, morning, greetings from wherever you may be around the world. I wanted to dedicate this video to the exotic pairs that I will be paying attention to throughout the course of this week and probably the rest of the month as well. So the first one that I have on my chart right now is the NZD Swiss. It's the New Zealand dollar with the Swiss franc. This is purely a technical perspective. I have not done any macro level analysis, but on NZD Swiss, we can see that price has taken the 60 days high, 40 days high, and well, now we've now created a 20 days high. But in the course of doing so, from a video, part of the core content playlist, we have a video from ICT where he points out us getting a shift in market structure, a valid closure below a swing low, and creating a fair value gap. So right now, this EQ line is our opening price for the month. We have now traded above into premium of the month. In other words, this is the only visible PDRA that I see us coming into. Yes, I know we have that smaller fair value gap, and of course we have the liquidity at the 20 days high, but I'm looking at this specific fair value gap and I'm looking to see if we can create a swing high. We still have a few minutes, 23 minutes for this daily candle to close, and when it does, we would have now created a swing high. The next thing I want to see from there is I don't want to see that swing high violated. I want to see it protected, and I want to see price trade lower, taking swing lows and creating lower swing highs. So in other words, I want to see this swing low taken firstly, and then I want to see a lower swing high in the process. I'm not sure how price is going to play out. I'm not sure if we will get a swing low, a lower swing high before taking this swing low. Anything can happen. The price can literally decide to remain sideways. It can literally decide to trade higher, and I'm here to just pay attention to see how price plays out. So for NZD Swiss, I'm looking for lower prices, and I'm looking specifically for the 20 days low because of this liquidity that has been built up within this fractal, which is in the whole month of January from the 5th till the 2nd of Feb. So within this whole range, we've gotten a lot of liquidity that has been built. So I'm looking to see if price can eventually trade lower and sweep those liquidities residing there. So we will see what this month or this week has in store for us on NZD Swiss, but I'm looking for lower prices. Now let's point out possible challenges that may be standing in the way of this idea. Looking at the Swiss, well, let's start with the NZD, the futures chart. In other words, we can take it as the average chart for the New Zealand dollar. We can see that we have this massive imbalance on the daily time frame. Okay, yes, we did get our liquidity sweep there on the left. Yes, we have lows that we can be targeting residing there, but we also have this massive imbalance that is just above price and has not been tapped into. I can't even consider that a tap. This looks like equal highs. So the fact that we still have this above price is a bit worrisome because it makes me feel that we may want to trade into it before continuing lower. And if this happens, obviously it's going to move the New Zealand dollar to the upside and make NZD want to push a little bit higher before finding lower prices. Again, I'm just saying this may. Nothing is set to stone and nothing is guaranteed, but I'm just thinking that this may be the case. Let's check the counter currency. In this case is the Swiss. Let's check the Swiss on the daily as well. I think I've actually outlined it here. The Swiss from the daily chart swept this swing low from the 14th of February 2024, and I labeled it as turtle soup question mark because I wanted to see if we would be able to trade above and close above, or are we going to use this CB to respect for lower prices. And it seems that today alone we have traded above, we have traded into the fair value gap. We've traded into this fair value gap from the daily and of course 1 hour and 4 hours, but we did not close above it yet. So this is not yet solidifying my bullish bias on the Swiss franc. So I'm looking to see if the Swiss can push higher, because Swiss pushing higher would mean NZD Swiss is allowed to push lower. So I'm looking for higher Swiss, in other words NZD Swiss lower prices. But right now I'm not liking what it's doing. I will take note of this order block here though, the 4 hour bullish order block. So let's highlight that now. Just mark out this level. I'll take note of this because this would be this last bearish candle is the last line in the sand, the only thing that can push us to the upside. I'll also keep an eye out on the daily time frame to see if we can close above this fair value gap, because if we do close above it, then my draw on liquidity still stands. So just something to take note of. So it's already two major worrying points: the Swiss showing a little bit of bearish signature, and the Kiwi, the NZD I mean, not tapping into the fair value gap and pushing lower. So the chances of this coming up is still there, and the chances of this not being a turtle soup and actually going to continue trading lower is still there. So because of those two possibilities, it's still not the best condition, the best pair to be trading. But because we are having a small range day today, a small body candle, I'm expecting a big range day tomorrow. So in other words, tomorrow we either expand to the upside or expand to the downside. If not tomorrow, then the next day. But very soon, I believe we'll come out of this accumulation and expand one direction. Of course, I'm expecting lower prices, so I'd like to see us expand to the downside and continue from there. The second exotic pair that I will be paying attention to is the AUDJPY. I know that I am extremely bearish on the yen, in other words I'm bullish on AJ, but for the same idea that I mentioned in the previous exotic pair, we've already swept the previous sessions, if you would, the previous IPDA Data Ranges highs. You can see we swept those highs, and we have literally went one direction the whole month of February, and now displacing lower, we have not swept any swing lows from a daily time frame. We did not take any daily swing lows. The only swing low I can see is from down there, so we didn't violate that yet. But we have a fair value gap now, which I'm not the most confident with, but we do have a CB that's in premium because the month opened down there. We have a PDRA that's in premium, so it is something to at least pay attention to. And again, I already mentioned that I'm extremely bullish on anything with the yen, with all the yen crosses, but for the sake of structure, for the sake of the charts, technicals, I'm also paying attention to this to see if we'll get a reaction off of it. In other words, if today closes with a swing high, I would consider taking a sell to continue to the 20 days low and 40 days low, because firstly we've swept liquidity all these swing highs. And secondly, we have now created a higher swing high. So what do we need to confirm the directional bias is by creating a lower one. So if today the daily candle can just close with this swing high formed inside of the CB, I'm likely to take AUDJPY and see if we'll ride it all the way down to the 20 days and 40 days low. I'm not sure about the 60 days though, but you know. So that's the other one. For confirmation, if you are not willing to take it on the daily time frame, it will be from the 1 hour. The problem is the 1 hour right now does not look structured at all. It looks like an extreme mess, but you still follow the same intraday plans. You sell above the midnight price, you sell above the session opening price, you sell above the weekly opening price, and all those things. So following the rules of selling in premium and buying in discount should be fine, should be good enough. Let's see if the 4 hour is any cleaner. 4 hour does not have any fair value gap. It would have been nice to see a fair value gap being formed here, but this week is already disturbing that. In any case, this is what I'm looking for going into the month of March for AUDJPY, even though I'm extremely bullish on the yen pairs, but we'll see how this plays out. It's just something I'm looking at. I'm not saying I'll be taking every single exotics or all the pairs that I've mentioned in this video. Well, 2 of them. I'm not saying that I'm gonna take any of them. I'm just putting it out there as something I'm looking at. So for now, stay safe, good luck, and good trading.